this nice crisp fall day, and I got all my sisters with me. I was going to sing that song, but I can't remember the rest of the words.
We are family.
Family.
Now you forgot the song.
Got all my sisters with me. So this topic is I know everybody gonna be different today because this topic,
I'm ready.
I know you're ready. I know you're ready. I know you're ready. This topic, make sure y'all do not belabor this. Tell us how you feel and feel. What was that saying? Tell me how you feel and feel how you say it, whatever. It's like this. But tell us how you feel.
Say with your chest.
Say what you say what you mean to me.
With your chest.
That's what it is. Okay. Here I go. Should you give your boyfriend or girlfriend the same energy as you do your marriage?
Okay, I start. If you are dating exclusively, if you two are working towards a goal, just like I thought we said, Jasmine said in another episode, she had friends that are dating for marriage. So if you're doing that and dating exclusively, I would say yes. And let me put a condition in it. If it's not one-sided, that's what I feel.
And she
said,
so she meant that. She said. Chauncey.
And I say no. I say no. Do not put the same energy into your boyfriend or your girlfriend that you were planning on putting into your spouse. Okay. Or else there would not be a difference. And if spouse is what you want, then there should be a difference. Now, if long-term boyfriend or girlfriend is all that you're looking for and that's what you want, do what you do. But if your ultimate goal is to be a spouse, then there needs to be a distinction between what I will do for a boyfriend and girlfriend versus what I will do for my spouse.
Okay. Celeste?
I'm gonna have to pick a side, and I'm gonna say that no, you don't use the same energy. You know, there's different situations, but I've also, Chauncey, seen people get stuck in, I got the best of both worlds. I don't have to marry her. I don't have to give her half or nothing. And she treat me like a king and vice versa. I'm not going to marry you. And if that's your goal, you're going to have to rein back. There's some things I'm going to do with the husband I ain't doing with the boyfriend.
No, that's right. No, that's right.
Everybody can't get it like that.
I'm not. Sorry.
Everybody can't get it.
Put a ring on it.
Wait, the ring is just the first step. Don't be staying with that ring section, sis. I know a lot of girls that are celebrating 17, 15-year anniversaries of engagement. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, no, we
I would have been gone. Just like my drawers had hot gasoline on, I'd have been gone. What in the world? Jasmine, what you think?
Girl, we celebrating that? I was like, you could have had a whole marriage. You could have had a 15-year marriage right now.
You could have had a marriage, divorce, funeral, every damn thing.
Children, like grandbabies at this point, like sped this up. Now we got to start all over again. This is not fun. I'm like, nope.
And it's not a judgment. Again, if that's what you want long term and you want to call them partner, and then but it still has to be some sort of exclusivity involved here for you to be able to do this, or what's the purpose? Then you just treating everybody the same. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, king, you the king of your castle. Okay, yeah, I understand, but you ain't the king of my castle. So.
You can have a lot of kings. I'm telling you, keep on messing around. You're gonna have a lot of kings. I don't know. I feel a little. I feel like in reality that sometimes we do give a lot to get somebody to the marriage point. We give more. Then when we get married, we kind of pull back and we get comfortable, and we don't give them more.
That's true.
Because I think it goes really both ways. You know, I will say for myself, I think that with my husband now, I think that I make a concerted effort to see what my husband really needs above and beyond. But did I do this for the whole 19 years of marriage? No. because marriages goes in
Mhm.
phases like this. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Go through your
Yeah,
ups and downs
ebbs
and
and
stuff like
flows.
that. But when I was dating him, oh, I was Miss Sex Symbol, whatever you want. Now I'm Grandma Dynamite. I'll tell you that right now. Grandma
You tricked them.
Dynamite.
That's called the flop, Auntie. You told him I'm gonna be all of this, and then when he married you, you was like, psych.
But that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
look.
see, that's
But look, y'all
What
yeah.
if he was
y'all
rich
can,
and then he was like, psych, I'm actually broke, baby.
y'all,
Now we
y'all
love
can,
each other.
when it
You've
comes
been
down
like,
to like meeting needs and things like that, I hear a lot of things that you said, Jasmine, like what you and CG did. Y'all made sure everybody was financially set and things like that, because that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? In the portion before you say I do. And I think a lot of times we overlook that point and we just go for what the physical part we see. Oh,
it makes you feel
he
good.
rocking my world and that. But guess what? Because 15 years later, it's going to be something totally different, because that is not going to be the highlight of your day. And if somebody tell you that, they lying. That's,
Yeah,
they
they
lying.
lie. Right. They lie.
And it
So those
is
things
work.
are compromise.
Yes. And it's work to make it work. Okay. So that's the other thing, because to be able to keep it going and to sustain it, you have to constantly reinvent yourself. And so
Not with
not
my back
reinvent the
hurting.
wheel. You just but you
Right.
just reinvent yourself and you do it a different way. And like Kimmy just said, she makes a concerted effort to find out or to recognize what his needs are, and needs versus wants, right? Because I think as spouses, we can see they have a need. For people that care about their significant others, we can see a need versus the need they tell us that they have. And so it's constant work to figure that out. But yeah.
I got a question for y'all that's gonna
Yeah.
stump y'all.
Uh-oh.
You know, when you like go to a job interview, let's say my job, I go to right now to the CEO and I said, I want to work doing this job. You don't ask me for a resume. You just assume I came in and asked you for the job. Do you not think that the girlfriend and the boyfriend part is your resume part? Because how am I supposed to? I know women that tell me every day, I don't do this, and that, but when I get married, I'm going to do it. And I'm like, that's false. Because I do it when I wasn't married. And now that I'm married, I have to do extra to make sure that it's getting done. So I'm like, is the boyfriend and girlfriend part, is that not supposed to be like a resume? Because I can't just go to you
That's
like,
what
you're
I'm
supposed to marry
saying.
me.
And that was my
It
point. That was my
I
point.
have
Of
no
you should give that
experience.
energy. Because how are you
I don't
gonna
have
have
no
a
boyfriend, nothing. I'm just the CEO. I want to be a wife. How many relationships have you had? I've had one or two. How long? Like 2 or 3 months. And you think that you're going to be my long life wife? You don't know how to have a relationship longer than this much time. And that's just your resume. I'm like,
I
that
think we're
dating
saying
is
the
your resume.
same thing, but we're using different. When I hear energy, I'm hearing, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to try with you. But if you're not the one, I'm not putting a whole lot of energy into it.
right?
Now,
It used to be
spouse, once I've picked you and I've selected you, I'm stuck with you a little bit. I'm going to do some little bit more. That's what I'm talking about energy. But you're right with the resume, because the resume part is I need to make sure you're capable of doing these things. I can help you grow a little bit, but I can't give you the tutorial.
And that's what I was saying about the energy, that it has to be not one-sided. And I said, you do put your best foot forward if you're dating someone. And I said exclusively. I said, you're working, both working towards that goal of being married. Yes, you're going to do that. It is like your resume, because if you're not going to put in the effort in me and I'm not in you, then we don't even have a point. What is a point?
Well,
what is the point?
And then I think that titles make titles should lead to something, right?
Yeah.
So your boyfriend or your girlfriend then becomes your fiance, who then becomes your spouse, right?
True.
So what is the in between, right? But when we're dating, didn't we talk about that in another episode, right? Dating versus we went on some dates. True. Or dating leads to boyfriend, girlfriend, or courting, as we used to call it, leads to this exclusive relationship when now becomes your fiance. I'm a firm believer that it don't take a long time to know if this person is the one.
True.
It take 10 years. It take 5 years.
Do you call him your boyfriend when you 50?
No, I'm saying it don't take that amount of time.
What did you say?
Do you call him your boyfriend when you're 50?
Girl,
that's your friend.
That word.
That's your friend.
Word.
I'm going to tell you, I met somebody last night.
That's your boo tag.
And they were way older, no ring. And I said, you presented yourself to me as that man's fiance. That man's been saying his girlfriend all night. But so I was like, this is a woman that's about in her 60s talking about this is my fiance. And I'm like,
Give it up, child. Give
where's
it
your,
up.
where's the ring? I was like, girl, stop. And you know what? That's the energy that I agree with Chauncey, because I had a family member that I used to call CG all the time. My husband, and she corrected it. She said, that's your fiance. So right now he's your fiance. And when he's your husband, you call him your husband. Don't be skipping the steps. There's an order of stuff. When you skip those steps,
Skip
it
the
messes
steps
everything
if you
up.
want to, because guess what? You ain't getting a dime. You can't get no Social Security or nothing with these made up titles or whatever. All it runs down to is you mad or you're not. So, let's keep it real. Like, I mean, I know people, well, I don't know if Pennsylvania is still like this, if they still honor common law marriages. They don't. Because I know people that have gone to that and with somebody common law.
Wait a minute. What'd you say? Jaslyn?
What was that?
What'd you just ask?
With the wait, I forgot what I just asked.
You just asked, what is common law?
Oh, yeah. I was like, no, I know what that is, because a lot of people are trying to slip that in, talking about, I don't need this, it's just a piece of paper. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when it was a piece of paper, when me and CJ were in like the dating phase, CJ had gotten into like an accident. And I remember being in that hospital and being like, I don't have any control of what happens to the man that I want to marry. I have to call his mother or his dad or somebody that is not as close to him as me.
Yes.
And now they have to decide his life.
Yeah.
I was
gonna say,
married.
You live in a Commonwealth state. Chauncey lives in a Commonwealth state. I don't live in a Commonwealth state. Some Commonwealth laws, you need to look them up, because I asked her to Pennsylvania because I know that my sister's dad, when he passed away, he had never married the person, his partner, but she was his common law wife, and she got every single thing because they had been together for 15 years. So there's laws.
Yeah, so back then,
no.
Yeah, so it's not now. They used to, but they no
That's
longer
why I asked,
do.
was it still going on? Because I think it's still
Right.
honored in Virginia. So you gotta find out if you gotta find out. That's why people hold on to titles like that, because they already know. And most people are not slow, because when it comes down, because we are in a society now, it's not just husband and wife, there's wife and wife, husband and husband, you know what I mean? And they're looking for their rights too. Or I don't know if they got on anybody.
That's why, and that's why gays were fighting for the right to get married. So I tell young people all the time, if they're fighting for it, there must be something to it. There are protections to it. Yes, it is a business contract. Yes, it is a spiritual contract, but there are some benefits to it.
Yeah.
And
I don't
some
want to lead into
protections.
another episode, but that's something that we may want to talk about, because honestly, if you think about when you're in a relationship, a serious relationship, I'm not talking about dating, you know what I mean? I'm talking about a serious relationship, and you have not married that person. Do you give them all of the bells and whistles that you're going to give when you are married?
And like you said, if you're living in a state where they honor it, there are states where you can carry your significant other that's not your spouse on your health insurance. You can make anybody beneficiary on your life insurance or whatever, but then you might be in a state where the state says, nope, even if you're separated, because that's still legally your spouse, they get all your benefits. So the fact that you didn't complete that divorce or whatever the case may be, not their issue.
So I'm just saying, with relationships, guys, everybody may be saying the same thing. We and I really like the resume part, because you can say that you're not going to give somebody your extra additive before you marry them, but how the hell you going to get them to really marry you? Because like, if you over there slacking around and just like, I'm just giving you the bare minimum, keep it real. That is not happening unless they just a goof and they just gonna go for that, but usually when you get married, a lot of things kind of lessen, you know what I mean? Because that comes with age, being comfortable, you know what I mean, with the person. Like, hell, when you dating that person and this is gonna be your spouse, oh, you spinning off your head, you know what I mean? You spinning on the rooftop with this person. Well, now you be like, whew, them separate beds look really good to me,
I don't want that. I don't want that.
This was a good episode, y'all. So I'm sure that
you don't want that.
What you don't want?
I don't. I want what I want. What I went shopping for. Ooh,
yeah,
I'm not that. I don't want you to go falling off and now your stomach is big and you don't really take a bath and you
Now
cheat
that's a
and,
deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. I'm talking
and
about
you're
you
not driven no
hygiene,
more
can't
and
be
you
together. I'm not picking up Funky Sam on the side. No, we're not doing that. You know, but the hygiene is a deal breaker. It's a big deal breaker.
know
Y'all
that
know I
hygiene
got
is really good.
ACD things. I can't do it. If you can't wash, we can't be together. And I'm not going to leave my clean sheets and you funking it up. We're not going to be doing this.
I need you to bring that
So,
same energy.
this was a good episode, y'all, though. You know, any final
Mhm.
thoughts? Keep it brief. Any final thoughts? Y'all laughing.
Please.
Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
Keep your hygiene up. No, final thoughts would
Head
be,
up.
final thoughts would be, you make your relationship your own. However, if there are going to be levels to your relationship and the ultimate goal is to be a spouse, just consider what you're giving. Is it reciprocal? And is it what you want?
I agree with Chauncey. Well said.
All right.
Wait.
Nobody got any other final thoughts? You got much left?
I feel like after this episode, I've softened up a little bit.
Oh, that was quick.
A little bit.
It's 20 minutes.
And I see, you know, that probably the same energy that I'm bringing to a relationship is probably why I'm single, because I'm not bringing it
here.
But, you know, but I will say this, because I've been in the dating scene now, it's very difficult to give pieces of yourself to a whole lot of people.
Amen.
Who don't end up being the person, you know what I'm saying? And they're not really trying. So just be, like our favorite word, be intentional, make sure you are both on the same page, and then you don't mind giving the same energy.
Right.
Amen. I love that.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this quick thing. Ladies, if y'all want to be CEOs, keep working on your resumes. Is all I'm gonna say. Y'all do what y'all want with that. I'm like, that's the only way you're gonna get to the top.
All right. Great episode. And joining me today is
Your girl Celeste, and I'm trying.
This is your girl Chauncey, and I'm still trying.
It's Jasmine, and I'm gonna pray for both of them.
This is your girl Keisha. Y'all have a wonderful time.
And I'm your girl Kimmy. Don't hear this stuff and mess up your household listening to us. But have a wonderful week on purpose, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Take care.